Hello, guys. I'm gonna let y'all start getting the notifications and start coming into the room. I, I had clicked into another link and I look back on here. How is everybody doing? Y'all know y'all have to forgive me. I be trying to get on here as much as I used to, but and as a matter of fact, I'm going to try to before school starts back again. School starts again on, I believe, the 28th. So I got 2 weeks, but I've been so tired. I've been like resting, like I've been trying to sleep and stuff. Um, let's see. Hi, Jair Forever, Clarinetta, Ashley, M. Rose. What's up, Great Face? I haven't seen you in here in so long. You know what? I was just saying I haven't seen Great Face, but I don't be on here. I hadn't been on here. I'm gonna start catching up though. And what's up, New Money? And I haven't seen the truth. I have not seen the truth. I ain't seen the truth. Ain't came into my chat since Quit went to jail. What's up, M Rose? On one we go. How is everybody doing? I hope y'all doing good. I should have fixed me something. I should have warmed me up something to eat because last night I grilled salmon. What's up, Govan? I grilled salmon and I cut it up and put it in my Alfredo pasta, and it was so freaking good. And I ate a little bit of it, put the rest up. Y'all, I've been losing so much. What my mom saw me today, she was like, "Oh my God, you have girl." She was like, "You looking just like my mom again." It feels so good to get all that swelling. And then I started doing some research. I was supposed to get Dr. Kumar on here, um, and I will. Because he's a gynecologist. Remember, I told y'all about what's going on. But when you start to get like in your 40s and stuff, you start gaining weight. And you don't know what's going on. Like, I had started to believe that the weight was stuck to me, but it's like a hormonal thing. And I've been taking my black girl vitamins and all of those things, of course. And then stress would make you lose gain weight too. I gained a lot of weight when my dad passed away. Right. So I was getting older and the stress of that. And so to be losing this weight, to be down 29 pounds and looking good and feeling good and being back in my stiletto heels because I was in flats, okay, because I ain't, and just for that to be happening, okay, and that is my picture that I put. That is my picture. So I mean, I was never ashamed of myself or anything. You know how people try to say, well, she ugly. I've always looked the exact same. Okay. Even when I gained weight, I had big legs and thick thighs, and I could wear short dresses and stuff, and I still look good. And, um, but I'm just happy to be getting back to myself. I feel the difference. I feel better. My energy and stuff is back. I'm just a lot happier, and I'm accomplishing a lot of those things that I wanted to do. So thank you, New Money. So yeah. Anyways, you guys. Now, great face, y'all. I know I said this before. We're gonna start with Cornelius first. I said this. Oh, listen. I saw Govan saw me in court. I said this. I was like, I am going to go to court, and I think I missed the last time, but I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow. Um, because I'm still trying to understand and figure out what Cornelia Smith is being sentenced for. I do know this for a fact, like he was already sentenced for Young Dolph. So I'm trying to understand what he's being sentenced for. Remember, I told y'all before that somebody told me that it was supposed to be changed, and that his attorney asked for more time to get their discovery. So I'm trying to figure out what he needs a discovery for, and why is he being sentenced. So I'm gonna try to see about that, because like I said, everything has been resolved as it relates to Young Dolph, but it is still up under, when you look at the criminal court records, it is still up under the Young Dolph case, which is really weird within itself, you know. So there's no telling really what's going on. Y'all have to understand, like Cornelius has not held back, and that's, hey, I gotta give him that. And not caring um what about what folks said about him telling on these people. Okay. And Cornelius feels like they told on him first, and um they was gonna kill him, and they was gonna kill him. Okay. um they was gonna kill him. You get the wondering now about who it was that was gonna kill him. Okay, well, we already know who it was that was gonna kill him. Okay, because I was going to say something, but I ain't gonna say that. But I'm gonna see what's going on. I mean, why, if he has already been sentenced for a Young Dolph case, like a lot of charges were thrown out. The other was reduced, I believe, to second degree murder. So, um, no, actually, we just started talking about Cornelius. He has court tomorrow, and he's supposed to be sentenced. But remember, I told you all that the bailer, the bailiff, or whatever you call him, okay, had said that it was changed. That when I asked him, I was like, why, he's already been sentenced? Yeah, oh yeah, you know, his attorney says he changed it. They're asking the judge for more time. Um, no, it's not tomorrow. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's asking the judge for more time for their discovery. Hell, you only have a discovery when you are getting ready to go to trial. Of course, he had already taken a deal, so um, it ain't no telling what's going on there. I heard somebody say that, I'm talking about in the chat. Well, I didn't hear him. Somebody type, maybe it's for Paper Rock Wu case. I don't think so. Paper Rock Wu is not gonna go to trial. He didn't file no charges. He didn't do any of that, and it seemed like to me Govan was mad. You know, he was trying to shame Wu for calling the police. Wu said he walked out and they started shooting at him. Then they say Wu had a girl in the car with him. He had to try to protect the girl. You know, I mean, and that what he said. You know, he had a young lady with him. Why would he just let the young lady's life be in danger? But it seemed like to me that Govan was mad because he called the police and he didn't get a chance to kill him. And that's what's so sad. Like you have people, well, you know, they call the police. They got the laws involved. Cause dude, I mean, rather is they want to make you shame for saving your own life. Okay. I don't deal with people like that. It's people, folks like that are mentally ill. They're mentally twisted. He said Rakayla was in the car. I ain't gonna even say that. I ain't gonna even say what I was getting ready to say about that. Because if Rakayla had been in the car, he probably would. She don't give me stuff. They would have. He wouldn't be on this earth probably. Um, but it's gonna be interesting. I know I said tomorrow, but it's Friday, right? Is it Friday, Steven? Tomorrow, Friday. Y'all know y'all have to tell me. He said he's serious. Rakayla was in the car. I don't know if Rakayla was in the car with him. He said Devin Burns who Rakayla the real truly. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Justice for Howard Barnett. Justice for Howard. Somebody told me some people been calling trying to see, okay, if they really making some moves in the Howard Barnett's case, as if they gonna tell them. Okay. I guess people are scared, but it's really weird. Okay. They ain't been worried about Howard Barnett in all this time. Okay. But now they want to know if is there really something that's going on. If y'all ain't calling over there to tell them folks where the boy at, to go ahead and confess before they come and indict you, I don't know what y'all snaking around for. Whoever you are, okay. Anyways, um, he says, "Why do you think Drop was constantly trying to take out Wu?" So that's what y'all think was going on. That Straight Drop wanted paper route Wu on a lie. I don't know. It could be because of that, but I kind of Quet seems like he has a vendetta. Just listening to Quet seems to have his own personal vendetta against paper route Wu. It could be by way of Straight Drop because he said an enemy of my friend is an enemy of mine. That could have been it, but um, it seems like to me that Quet has a personal vendetta with Paper Route Wu. He said, mm, "Oh wow." He said, "Well, if Wu had Rakayla first, I can't understand why Straight Drop would be mad at Wu. Wu had her first." Whew, child. I hope we don't get these sickos activated. I I I get to thinking about that. I really pray. Um, that there are some indictments really soon for Howard Barnett. I really do. Um, what's up, Diane? I was talking to somebody about that today, and it's funny that y'all brought him up. Um, and the mindset of some of these people, and some of these men are so weak. You got some of these women that'll go to them to make them believe, hey, April, that they can do something to shut somebody up. Okay. Thank you for the gold coins. When whatever it is that is going on with Howard Barnett, it's just time. It's just time. It's been almost 10 years, and I'm happy that the FBI is involved with this case. They should have already been involved. I think that this boy family didn't have to go through this for 9 years. It should not have taken. But this is what normally happens. I think this is why people don't like for you to talk about these cold cases. They get really nervous because they know somebody that knows as time goes by, they'll say something. And I think it was just going to happen anyways. Because when they go to jail and stuff, they start thinking about, especially when they get themselves caught up in something real bad, they start trying to figure out how they can get out of this, especially if they didn't necessarily have anything to do with it. Oh, yeah, I remember, they ain't necessarily intertwined with them folks that they were once intertwined with, that did this to Howard. Maybe they've fallen out. Maybe they've crossed them. They just want to get out of jail. Hey, they want some time shaved off, and um, they start talking. So it was just going to happen anyways, as it relates to Howard. So whether anything had been said about him or not, I think that this was going to happen anyways. No need of none of them snaking around, but hey, that helps they haven't tried to, they've gone on, some of these people have gone on with their lives just like the boy never existed. You still see his brother, you still see his closest friends post him, because his mother is still psychologically dealing with knowing that something happened to her son. But this lady is probably, this lady, his mother is already, you heard his brother say she's already had heart attacks behind this and all of that. I just pray that when the truth comes out, and it is vastly approaching, okay, because I believe a lot of it is already out. It's just probably being verified. um I just hope that it does not take her down, but I hope that her heart, you know the family, and even his brother, because I think his brother handles it the only way that he knows how to, okay, as a man. And it may not necessarily be the most healthiest way, but this case should have been resolved a long time ago. And as a woman, as a woman, I don't understand how women can participate or know about somebody that has been good to you, or whatever. You get mad at them, you just try to treat them. You might go on and you might change your life. Hey, you might do that, but you have to reap what you sow. As you might regret it. That was a bad time in my life. You can't do somebody dirty, and helping somebody or helping to set them up or knowing what has happened to them. That is the very ultimate. You flat foot trash. You garbage. You flat garbage as a woman. When you can be a mother, and you could be a woman, and you sit up and you participate and know about some stuff, especially with people that that have broken bread with you, and you say, no, you garbage. I don't care how you change your life. You trash. Okay. And so you got to go back. As my grandmother used to say, you got to go back and make that right. And ain't no need of no running to them Trula Mafia boys. Devin Burns probably already going to be looking at the death penalty. So ain't no need in getting him involved in nothing. It's a done deal. And I think that's the issue with those group of people, that they feel, well, look at what they did to the young man that was doing the mural at the cookie shop. They went and killed him because they felt like that they could just, we told him to stop doing it. So they go over there and kill the boy. That was an innocent dude. Okay. And just like Howard Howard had children. He was taken away from his kids, whether you're a man or a woman. Your ass got to be taken away from your damn kids and your family. And with the manner of what they saying that they did to the boy, of how they killed him, they need the death penalty. Bitches and all. Excuse my French, I get mad every time I think about it. Bitches and all. They need the motherfucking death penalty, because if a bitch can participate in something like that, in the manner of what they said they did to that boy, and you live your motherfucking life ain't nothing happened, bitch, you's a disaster to your own kids. You need to be sent to that chamber. Excuse my French. Whew, I don't want to talk about that, because I get mad every time I think about it. All I can say is God got his people everywhere, and it had to happen. It had to happen. There's no perfect murder. Anytime somebody, as time go on, folks has a life of crime and they start getting themselves caught up in stuff, they gonna tell it. Move. Somebody calling me. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Okay. Whew. Excuse me. But we're going to keep Howard Barnett's family lifted. Okay? All I can say is, it shouldn't be a damn fool alive that's willing to jump on no bandwagon to try to do nothing for nobody. These folks that was involved in this Howard Barnett stuff is cooked, and it ain't a damn thing that they can do about it. Okay? You're just gonna have to eat that. They got to eat that. How could they do him like that? How could they do him like that? Okay. What's sold has to be reaped, no matter if it's good. That's right. What you put into the atmosphere is coming back. My favorite scripture is, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever man soweth, that's just what he is going to reap. That is my favorite scripture. Even when things have happened to me, okay, and even though I'm not innocent, even when I've done things, and I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get back. I feel like I have to stay on the straight and narrow road, because I've done things, even with revenge. Because I used to have it bad about, I'm getting my lick back. I'm gonna get my lick back. I'm gonna lay until I get you, and then I would do it, and then I would get paid back. Then God would turn around and get me back. I told my mom, it's almost like I have to stay on a straight and narrow path, because I gets my payback, and it ain't nothing worse than that God payback. That's why they say, whatever you put into the atmosphere, you got to trust that when people do things to you, all you got to do, my grandma used to say, be careful about what you spit and taste your words. Okay. Taste your words before you spit them out. Because if it's a strong wind, that spit gonna blow right back up in your face. Taste your words before you spit them out. Okay. And so that's why you have to understand, I don't care how you change, and people do stuff and maybe they do go on and change, maybe they do, but you still have to reap what you sow. And I think when this boy has lost his life, even with this young dude, the other guy, the Jeremiah Taylor guy, they try to say, I think somebody tried to put it on Teasy. I really don't believe. I listened to Quet them say that Teasy ain't had a heart to kill nobody. So we know he didn't do it. It was one of them, but it wasn't him. Okay. And so all of these things that they have put out into the atmosphere, I mean, what did Howard do for them to feel like they needed to do him in the manner of how they did him? It wasn't nothing right about that. And how could these women participate and know and then try and hide it? They're gonna get the same results, and they need to get it. Because what happens is when you say you was in fear, okay, you was in fear, but then you got a history of, I don't care how many Facebook pages you delete, the feds got them. You can't delete no Facebook page. As soon as you delete it, it stays up there for 8 years. Okay. So, I mean, it stays for 8 years. So you just make yourself guilty when you go deleting shit, as the folks say. Okay. Because all they do is subpoena it and gets it. Okay. So, I think that is really messed up though, you know, um, and people had not tried to. You talk about 9 years. There are people that had 9 years to try and make this thing right. Howard has been gone 9 years. There are people that had 9 years to try to make this right, and they didn't do it. Yeah, I mean, you have to let people have to reap what they sow. That's the laws. Those are the laws of the earth. Those are the laws of the earth. You have to reap what you sow, and that's just it. And people are so twisted now. They're so self-righteous. They're so messed up. They wish that on me. I ain't wish shit on you, bitch. You did that. You did that. Y'all was the one that did that to that boy. Y'all knew about it, not me. I didn't do it. You did it. You sowed those seeds. Y'all think God ain't gonna honor Howard Barnett's mama? A woman that's suffering because her son, she know something ain't right with her son. She know her son wouldn't be gone like that. This lady's suffering. What is going on with women that they can participate in shit and try to hide these damn bombs and killers? Some of these women probably got sons. And that's why the FBI gonna get them. That's right, Kevin Felder. So when people get talking about they wishing, nah, I ain't wish nothing. Ain't nobody on here wish nothing. Those are the laws of the earth. People are so screwed up now, they forget that there really is a God. There really is a God. Folks have put themselves in positions where they think that they are God. They thought that that was the perfect murder. I heard people say he'll never be found. That they thought that they could just, how you got to be a sociopath. You just live every day. People that have broke bread with you, and you can live maybe just looking over your shoulder. Well, I gotta look. We gotta make sure it ain't never found out. There's never a perfect murder. Never. And so I know a lot of times, and that's why I stopped when I was airing those missing persons cases. It took a lot out of me. And every family, they always had hopes that, well, if the body is, if as long as it's not found, they haven't been found, there's hope that they're gonna walk in the house. You a sick motherfucker. I'm talking about the people that do this. To know what has happened. You garbage and you trash. And this boy mama, you can't get this family no resolve. You wouldn't do it. And that's the reason why when people get to hollering about what, the LBI, they be hard on black people, sis. They be hard on black people, sis. Well, they need to be hard on them. especially when they doing stuff like this. They've destroyed lives. They destroyed a lot of lives when they did what they did to that boy. And then they his family, they got to go to his family at some point and tell them the manner of what happened to him, and then confirm what happened to him. And then they got to relive all that shit all over again. No, I don't feel sorry for damn bitch that could do that. And I'm pro woman. I don't feel sorry for no garbage ass bitch that could do that and live their life like ain't nothing happened. Excuse my French. But even the most hardened criminal, the Bible says it is God that touches the heart of the king. It is God that touches the heart of the king and turns it. So I said that to say this. Even the most hardened criminal, because there is really a God, can say, I ain't gonna talk, I ain't gonna do nothing. God can put them in a situation where they in such a bind that their heart has to turn and they just start telling everything. There is never, I've been working for the police department since 2000. There is never a perfect crime. They be sitting up solving crimes 25, 30 years ago. It always comes out. You got motherfuckers laying on, they be on their deathbed in their sick bed. They go and arrest them. You under the arrest for the murder of such and such. You 80 some years old. They take their deathbed onto the damn cell, let them rot out and die in their cell. A lot of people say, well, they've been to live their lives. The point is, you didn't get away. Your ass already gonna die. You just gonna die in jail now. Them last 2 months that you got. The Bible says your sins will find you out. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. Okay. Anyways, and I'm just speaking in terms if there was any women involved, because I don't know if there were. All right. I be getting mad and stuff be coming out, but the truth, I don't really know if there were any women involved. But if it was some women involved, bitch, I'm talking to you. Okay. Anyway, y'all, we was talking about Cornelius, so we're gonna see. All right. Um, what Cornelius has going on as it relates to that. Great face up in here. Great face. What you think Cornelius got going on? I don't know. When they brought up Howard Burnett, I already had a conversation with somebody about some folks snaking around. That means they be looking at my show. But I know they got that demon on them. They got a demon on them. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't stand alone. I stand with an army, and I got a real God backing me. I have a real God backing me. So and don't go send nobody else's son out to try to come for me, because they're gonna leave in a body bag. Okay. Or you motherfuckers gonna go to that death chamber for real. Because you bitches already need to go if it's true the manner of the way they said you motherfuckers did Howard. You bitches ought to be ashamed of yourself. Let me tell y'all men something. Y'all gotta okay. Anyways, where Gray Face at? Gray Face, what y'all think that happened to what y'all think going on with Cornelius? Greyface says, I think Cornelius may be testifying against someone kind of like what Jamarcus did to Drop. Okay, I wonder who he testifying against. Because they still, it seems it's because it's still up under his case number with the Young Dolph case. It's still up under that same case number. Hmm. They said Drop promoting Shiesty, but Shiesty ain't promoting his ass. I tell you. Um, I don't know what to think about that little dude. I don't know. Sure, you know, I don't know. I don't know what be going on with these young men. You know, um, these young men really need a strong father figure in their lives. I say that they need some people. It really, and I come from a standpoint of when I used to go over to jail east and counsel with those juvenile dudes, little guys, and all of them had the same story. And I know kids can be manipulative because I have children, but these boys really need strong father figures in their lives, and not a father figure like Pooh Shiester's daddy. Um, because what happens is, as men, boys are always taught to be hard, okay, and so they taught you better not cry. You got to be the protector. So all of this pressure is put on men and boys from the time that they are children. Okay, so they can't show their emotions. This, and that, and so sometimes they might not have the best figures in their lives. Right. That's why I always try to those that are black men. I always try to tell them you are worthy. You are worthy. Your life is worth living. All of that. You should think a lot of yourself. You should always think a lot of yourself, right? But so then what they start doing is they might get with somebody, they get little friends and stuff, and the friends' mothers may be twisted. And so what they see is pray. These they might cook for them, they might show them a little love, especially if it's a young man who didn't have a mother. Mother might have died early, grew up in the hood, or mother was out on drugs. They didn't have a mother to nurture them. So you got now the friend's mother is nurturing them, but she's twisted. The friend's mom is twisted. And so what they do is they manipulate them into, oh, you just like my son, you this, you that. And then, but you sending them out to go and commit crimes and stuff. They can't decipher that. Well, mama so-and-so, she feed me, she done let me sleep at her house. And but if that's, you really love him like a son, you be trying to guide him in another direction and not in a life of crime. And unfortunately, you got dudes in their 20s and 30s and stuff. They don't even know that. That's why they can get a little young chick that can finesse them real good. Baby, she talking about me. Can you go over there and do something to her? Go gonna send him back to her with his motherfucking heart in his hand and his brains too. Okay? Because they ain't never really had nobody to love them. No mother figure, no nothing. They ain't got no daddy to teach them what a man does. And it ain't kill out everybody in his community. They ain't seen no examples of if a woman loves you, she don't try to send you out. If she love you, she trying to keep you out the street. She ain't trying to send you out on no missions because her funky ass done set a man up and got him killed. Okay? A lot of them don't know that. And I said that to say this. It really bothers me. And then what happens is they start because they start fighting amongst each other. They have older people, and Stanley, I don't mean no harm, and because I know that Quet is your brother. Quet ain't had no business intermingling with none of them Trula Mafia boys because they was young enough to be his damn sons. Okay, and he couldn't be no role model to him because he messed up. He had no business around them dudes because all he could do is be a bad influence on them. Okay. Teasy was a young man that, you know, hey, I think Teasy was caught between a rock and a hard place, honestly. And it really bothers me because I don't know what happened to Teasy. I don't. All I could do is Quet said his friends killed him. Okay. Quet Hernandez Govan said Teasy friends killed him. And that's what I get to wondering because what I do know about Teasy in that situation, and they were saying that Teasy was telling and all that. What I do know is that Teasy wouldn't tell on straight drop. Teasy was upset and expressed being upset because some things that was going wrong. He felt like people were getting ready. Straight drop don't know they was gonna sell him up the river. He don't even know it. He too stupid to know it. Okay, Teaser was on the outside. Teaser saw this. Teaser, they tried to get him to tell on Devin Burns, and he wouldn't do it. So that bothers me. He wouldn't tell on none of them other Trula guys, but he told on Quet. So when you hear Quet say Teaser friends killed him, I go, I don't know who. It could have been. I don't know how many friends he had, but our mind go to, was it them that did it? The same people that he wouldn't tell on. But I'm sure some older people that wanted him gone because they was mad at him. Okay, Teasy probably knew who got them about some money that was gotten that probably should have went to straight drop or whatever. So Teasy told on Quet. And so was his friends manipulated in the same friends that he protected and wouldn't tell on? Were they the ones that killed him? Were they manipulated? That's what I'm talking about. Older people dealing with young dudes. Were they manipulated into believing he told on them? Because the only reasons why their asses ain't in jail right now is because he didn't tell on them. Because they was aiming to get him. He wouldn't tell on them. But he told on Quet. And so that's what I'm talking about. When you start seeing older men intermingling, I know these dudes think, well, what's up, the hitter? These older dudes, I'm a street dude. Even with King been out in the street, but King's brain is not fully developed. King brain is not gonna be fully developed until he's 25 years old. Okay, until he's 25. So with Devin Burns and all of them, even though they're out in the street, them dudes like Quet them is double their age. They think circles around them because they've already lived and been that age before. They got 20 years on them. They was about 20 years old when they were born. So they know how to think circles around them. Because they've been where they at. And so they know how to tweak their emotions to get them to go out and do things that's got the FBI ready to get them. And I hate I hate that. Okay? I really do. I hate that. Because I believe some of them little dudes ain't done had some messed up family lives. I really do. I'm talking about some of them truly dudes. I really do. So it does not give me any gratification. Get straight drop. You know, I was when I was talking to the lady who was straight drops, mama's best friend. She said we had been friends since the second grade, and she said we talked every day. And then when they showed that video at the cookie shop, she said we all started calling each other an Orange Mound. And she said we said that's Justin in them. And she said the other folks in because Orange Mound is a small, tight little community. Everybody know each other. She said, and they said, you Leroy's best friend, you call him and see what's going on. You call him. Call and see what's going on. So they was never gonna get away with it. Hell, she worked down at the police department. She knew it was him that was holding that gun out there. Okay. And she said, Leroy's, she said, them children were always beautiful kids. She said, every one of Leroy's kids were always beautiful kids. She always kept them clean and stuff. But dealing with people, and then it might be some mental illness going on with straight drop too. But dealing with people, these older people that don't mean you any good, intermingling. Why would older dudes want to hang out with young dudes anyways? It's so they can manipulate them. Give me a real good crash dummy, and we make him feel good by saying, he a monster. He'll go and knock down anybody. That's how they boost their ego to make them feel more accepted. He a monster. He'll kill anybody. They want to boost them up like that so they can keep their hands clean. We get them to go do it. Because if it was a real father figure, in their life, they would already know that they couldn't walk up to a straight drop of somebody like that and say nothing to him, proposition to him about nothing as it relates to a murder. Number one, he got a real strong father figure in his life. I'm gonna have to see his daddy. And because he know his daddy has a strong presence, they ain't gonna proposition him. They're not gonna do it. So when folks get to talking about I was a strong black woman sis and I could do it. Yeah, if you put in a position where you got to do it on your own, then you got to do it. But these men, these young men need strong father figures in their lives. The man's presence is very necessary. Okay, when they got values and stuff. I ain't talking about a man that's knocking you upside your head every day and ain't doing a damn thing. I ain't talking to you. Okay, I'm talking about a hard worker. I don't care if he's sweeping the damn street. He getting money to take home to his damn family, and he know he got to raise his sons right. His daughter ain't falling prey to every time Dick and Harry because he done already validated his damn daughter. He tell her he love her every day. So when some joker said she ain't falling prey to him, his presence is necessary. And so as a woman, I don't know. I grew up in South Memphis, y'all. I did. Lord knows I did. Folks say, well, you talk proper. Bitch, I done taught myself how to talk proper. Because if I forget sometimes and that flat South Memphis come out, but I done taught myself how to talk proper. Okay, I had to do it. I done went corporate. So I taught myself how to do it. But I grew up in South Memphis until I was about 12 or 13 years old. Okay. So I done seen a lot of stuff. Even when we left, my cousins and stuff was still up there. I was still up there hanging around Parkway and Bulletin and Roanoke and Mississippi. My auntie lived on Bulletin and Taylor, where Gangsta Black and Player Fly them grew up around. And they was growing around that time. And so it bothers me, even in that era and growing up in South Memphis and being in South Memphis, the women weren't doing what these broads is doing now. How could you set a man up? How could you set a man up for another man? You garbage. Just because you come from South Memphis don't mean you're a set up woman. You got women that came out the hood and out the projects that's got values. See, that's where people get the issues confused. I think they try to use that. Well, you know, I grew up in North Memphis. That's what we did, bitch. Everybody ain't doing that. These women getting money, and it ain't about setting up no dudes. You just trash. Because one thing I do know, and you could have your male cousins and stuff to tell you that, if he wants you to set another dude up, he ain't into you, because the woman he really into, she's sitting pretty somewhere. He don't want her in the midst of nothing, so you garbage to him too. Okay? Here, the man Venice was just talking about you today. And she told me, she was like, I was telling her today, I listen, and I'm saying this because I was supposed to do it. I forgot. When I looked at his name, y'all donate to Hitter, because I'm gonna donate to him too. When I looked at his name, I was like, oh my God, I told Hitter I was gonna send him something. And Venice was like, yeah, I'm supposed to send him something too. Y'all send Hitter something on his Cash App. Okay. Y'all do that for me. Send Hitter something on his Cash App. Okay. Because I'm gonna have to send him something on something else. I ain't even got no money on my Cash App, because as soon as I get some on there, I takes it off. Send it, because I can't pull it from my account, because the hackers can't hack me and pull nothing. Okay. I can only receive and send. Okay. So just because you grew up in the hood, you don't have to be like that. I don't understand. As a woman, I can't understand, like, what is going on? What is going on? Like, sometimes I be thinking, I was like, Lord, did I make my girls, and my oldest daughter now, she is something, but she still ain't no hood rat. I go, dog, she ain't scared of nothing. I was always real cautious. I was always real cautious about stuff. But I go, dog, my oldest daughter, and she's strong as an ox. Okay. I'm like, dog, she act like she grew up in Clementine like me. Okay. And we moved out of Clementine years before she was ever even thought of. Hell, I was 19 when I got pregnant with her. We had to move by the time I was like 12, 13. But even with that, you couldn't get one of my daughters to even have the mindset to set up a man, let alone a man that they've been laying with. No man, no dude that they ever dealt with would even approach them. They wouldn't even deal with a dude like that. Okay. You said, was Cornelius sentenced for his conspiracy? Yeah. Yes. I think all of that. I think they dropped it down to hold on, let me pull that up. They dropped it down to and y'all, we're gonna talk about Finesse in a minute. I know y'all want to talk about him too. we're gonna talk about him. Finesse 2 times is a fan of the show, in case y'all didn't know. So he probably in the bushes waiting for me to start talking about him. Finesse, you're gonna wait, just give me a few minutes. I'm talking about you. But hold on. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Move. I'm getting ready to see Great Face. I'm getting ready to check that out right quick. To see. I thought that conspiracy charge was dropped, but I'm getting ready to see. Let's see. Let's see. Cornelia Smith. I wonder why it's saying 2 counts of first degree murder. Okay, that's conspiracy charge. They're choosing. It's I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it no prosike or whatever? Hold on. Why is it saying that he's got 2 counts of first degree murder? Oh, noli prosequi. Noli prosequi. That's how they pronounce it. Noli prosequi. So that means that they're choosing not to prosecute him on. They're choosing not to prosecute him on conspiracy to commit first degree. They're choosing not to prosecute him on criminal attempt, employing firearm, unlawful carrying, and theft of property. They're not going to prosecute him on none of those charges. And I thought the first degree was dropped to a second degree. 2 counts of first degree on a live end. Why? I wonder why they say 2 counts of first degree. He pled guilty. He was already sentenced. Yeah, he got a super deal. So Cornelius did. Cornelius got a super deal. He did. He got a super deal. Yeah, he did. He got a super deal. I mean, but he don't. You know, I think Cornelius. What are the dates on the counts? Okay, let me show you all. But it said he pled guilty. See, it says 2 counts of first degree murder. And it says it right here too. 2 counts of first degree murder. Well, no, this says 1, 2. Okay. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's not 2 counts. But right here, it's got a 2 in front of it. But maybe that's from number 2 up here. Maybe that's from number 2 up here. I don't know. Because it's got a 2 in front of first degree right here, too. And all the rest of the charges were really thrown out. They're not going to prosecute him on none of the other charges. So if he's pled guilty, he pled guilty. He pled guilty, and really the first degree, remember they reduced the first degree down to a second degree. They gave him 20 years, and then he's already served 5. And so he basically got 15. And somebody told me with good behavior, he'll be out in 7. Let's see. The dates on the count is the day that young Dolph was killed. And Rose says facts is Cornelius killed Dolph, and Dolph ain't do nothing to him. Marcus nearly sent his ass up. He got a sweetie, yeah. Yeah, people can say what they want to about Marcus, but Marcus sprang into action very quickly. His gun was just not as powerful, and it was nothing that he could have done. Cornelius' weapon was too high powered. His weapon was too high powered. And I think with young Dolph, it was an overkill, because even after Cornelius shot him and knocked him down, and he would have still been shooting him if Marcus had not popped him in the shoulder. I don't know what my aunt got going on. Hold on, y'all. Hello? I think she mistakenly calling me. That's what's going on. Um, Hello? I'm doing good. Okay, you all. I'm back. And Rose's fact is Cornelius killed Dolph, and Dolph ain't do nothing to him. Says if you in the streets and try to unalive me, then I will try to unalive you. Yeah, a lot of people was hard on Marcus, and I don't understand why, because Marcus was a victim. I think it happened so fast, anybody would have frozen up. But Marcus sprang into action immediately. Immediately. So hats off to him. I know it's got him traumatized and all of that, but Marcus is the real hero. Marcus is the true hero. And if he would have had that thing on him, straight drop, and if that gun Marcus got out the car, he had took him to that cookie shop, straight drop, and Cornelius would have been laid out in front of that cookie shop. Yeah. Well, that's what one of my friends had said that worked for the PD, because I was talking to him about it. He said a while ago, I was like, well, with he's already done 5 years, so he got 15 years to go. He said, well, with time, good behavior, he'll be out in 7. Emerald says Marcus did what he can. He had a 9mm while Cornbread had a Drake. That's already a bigger, yeah. If he had took that Drake that he had in the car in that shop, he'd have laid them down, both of them. So I hate that. It's really sad. And if all these young men think about it, they were all manipulated. I was listening to Quit say that they were mad at Dolph because Dolph or Kamisha and them were mad at Dolph because Dolph only gave Kamisha $1,500 on her son's funeral. So y'all hold that much hate on a man because he gave $1,500 and they was mad at it. They ain't had that type of hate to the person that did that killed him. It seemed like to me all of that hate Kamisha had for Dolph, it should have been at the man that actually did it. And that's another thing. I can't understand. Like, I know this is unimaginable, and I hate that happened to her boys. But as a mother that has gone through that twice, how could she wish something like that on Miss Diane's son? Justice for Dolph. Justice for Dolph, Lord have mercy. And I said that I brought that up to say this. It was the older people that got these young dudes emotional. These dudes are already living in the urban communities. So they're living in the urban communities. They ain't had the best of life. You know what they haven't. So how can these older people keep their emotions already messed up? They already messed up because a lot of them ain't come from no good homes. So I can't understand how can they live with it on their conscience, knowing that they go and get these little young dudes riled up to continuously go and crash out and mess their lives up and mess up the lives of other people just for self gratification. Good Lord. Hold on. Lord have mercy. These folks is getting on my nerves. My sister done called me crying. She just called me crying. And y'all know I'm the matriarch of my family, really. So everybody called me to include my mama when there is a problem. And she called me crying, and I stopped breathing. Somebody, can a dog drink too much milk? Her puppy had puppies yesterday. She had 6 puppies. And 3, she said she got home, 3 of them was dead. hate that so bad. I wonder how that happened. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to go see the little puppies. Um, she said, "Can a puppy? Can they drink too much milk, y'all? What make they live yesterday? What would make them die today, y'all? What make them die today? What? I wonder what would make them die. I wonder did she make a mistake and sit on them or something like that? She may have been too rough and picked them. I don't know. I don't know. I treated mine like they were babies. So, well, they was drinking their mother's milk. I'm gonna have to look that up. I wonder if her house was too cold. They said if the house was too cold, that can make them die. I believe that's what happened. The mother may have accidentally laid on them. That's why mine spoiled now. I put them on my shoulders and rocked them to sleep. I was supposed to sell them. I got full-blooded Yorkies. I sold one of them, and I hollered and cried like a baby. And I called the guy and told him I want to give him his money back and bring me my puppy back, and he wouldn't do it. And I hollered and cried like a baby and blocked him too. Because, I mean, if I ask you for my puppy back and I'm gonna give you your damn $2,000 back, why wouldn't you give it back to me? So I got to think about he was gonna be lonely without his siblings and all of that. But anyways, I get emotional when I think about that. It hurts me so bad. I never should have sold him. I never should have sold him. I should have just kept them all together. And it hurt me so bad. I couldn't see myself selling another one because it seemed like they knew when he was gone, and I think they were sad. Anyways, I get emotional. I don't want to talk about that no more. I get emotional. It's been 2 years, and I'm still hurt about it. But anyways, y'all. But as far as Cornelius goes, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. Says he's gonna be so close to the 20 he can spit on him. Y'all hit the like button. For you all that have not hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Please do hit the like button. But yeah, justice for Howard Burnett, justice for a Jeremiah Taylor, and we're gonna see what's going on with Cornelius. We're gonna see what's going on with Cornelius. Because if he's got to get if they're working on a discovery, I mean, that means it's got to be his trial, but it's still showing up under. It's not showing where he has another open case other than up under the Young Dolph case. That's what's so weird about it. Um, I had second degree and they gave them 18 and 100%, which was 85%. I did 15, 3 months and 8 days, no parole after that. He gave some of that time back by turning state's witness. Plus, he has about 5 years of time served, good behavior, and a few classes. He might do 10 calendars. Yeah, yeah. So, Dolph case is still open and still open investigation because I know for a fact other involved people still free and alive. Yeah, I think people want for Dolph case to be over. It's That's just not it. If it was over, I would say it. I don't make no money being on this YouTube. I'm gonna start making me some money on here though. I got a plan. I'm gonna start making me some money on YouTube. I used to make enough to, fill up my candy jars at my office over there at my studio. I told y'all what my plan was. My YouTube check. I used to take my YouTube check and go and like buy water at my studio and candy. When you walk in, all the Snicker bars, I get that good candy. I would go and buy like $100 worth of chocolate candy. So when my clients came in and they had candy, I bought wine. I asked them, "You want some water or you want some wine?" Y'all know a lot of preachers bought time from me. I asked them, "You want water? We got water. I know y'all don't want no wine." They said they want the wine. Okay. I give them some of that good candy. They like them Snicker bars and them Kit Kats and them Mr. Good bars. I had the little bitty ones. I would go over to the Dollar Tree and load up all that candy. Anybody been in my studio know all that candy be laid out in that crystal um tray that I got the very front as soon as you walk into the office. So they start eating that candy, it make them happy. It run their sugar up. Okay. If it runs their sugar up and they end up buying a whole lot of advertisement from me. Okay. By the time they realize what they did, they've been unsigned the contract. Okay. That was my strategy. Okay. Give them that good candy and wine and stuff and run their sugar up and get them drunk. And they spend a lot of money. Okay. I told y'all I was smart. You have to have strategies. Um, he says, yes, ma'am, in Rose, here's Tennessee. You have to serve your percentage. Yeah. They be happy when you take them classes too. Taking classes and getting your degrees and stuff, it helps them to oh, I was talking about okay, so yeah, so what Justice for Doubtful said, I shouldn't have told my strategy, okay. Anyways, so yeah, oh, so what I was saying, that's what my YouTube check did. Now my YouTube check even lower than that. So I mean, it ain't, I don't have to be on here capping or anything like that. I told y'all from the very start. I said, look, the young Dolph case is everybody knows that the case is big. Okay. They already know that. If the case was over, I would say the case was over. Now you heard people try to say, well, you heard Mulroy say this, you heard the other prosecutor say that. Well, I can't think. My brain is messed up. But the other prosecutor, Paul, okay, Paul said Paul only had Cornelius's case and Straight Drop's case. So the cases that Paul has been assigned is closed. Okay. The other girls had Govan's case, right? I mean, their cases that they were assigned is closed. Chief Davis told y'all from the very start that the feds were involved. Okay, yeah, they got Govan. Govan was able to get away with what he did because he was sure enough guilty. Okay. Um, Cornelius was convicted, and Straight Drop was convicted, right? Everybody already knows that it goes deeper than that. They talk about, so here's the thing that I can't understand. Cinematic King. Cypress is a troll. So so this is why I can't understand. Okay. Everybody already knows, it is pretty obvious, that they was paid. Okay. You heard Hagerman say that Juke didn't have the money. You heard Govan's attorney say that Juke didn't have the money to pay for these hits. Okay. But Juke's brother, Yo Gotti, now he's wealthy. He had the money to pay for these hits. You heard the prosecutor say it, and you heard the defense attorney say it. I can't understand why y'all, would think that it's over. I think that it's wishful thinking. I ain't going back and forth with nobody because I know what it is. I told y'all from the very start. I've been telling y'all this, okay? My sources are always credible. They found out early on that there was people that wanted Young Dolph dead. They found out why some of them wanted him dead. And at the point that I was told about it, they were still trying to establish why some more people, and it wasn't Straight Dropping them. And they didn't say just Yo Gotti. They said there were others that wanted Young Dolph dead, and they was trying to establish why. It ain't never changed because I ain't got to tell no damn lies. Hell, I told y'all that from the very damn start. Okay? So, listen, I don't have to try to prove myself to nobody because I knows the juice. I know it. That's the reason I don't stress about it. When it's all said and done, they gonna drain the swamp. Straight Drop, Hernandez, Govan, Straight Drop, Cornelius ain't had no damn money. Okay, they ain't have no money. They was trying to get money. Govan ain't have no money to pay them to kill Dolph. Juke ain't having neither. We're gonna be real about it. But it was some other ones that did. Juke, the only benefit that Juke would have gotten from Dolph being dead is to be the plug. Let's be real about it. It's a lot of stuff I don't talk about. Rest in peace to Juke. I cried when they did that to Juke because I know I be on here talking shit. But when they be killing these black men, as much as I be cussing them out and calling them all out their name and stuff because I be mad, it hurts me. I don't be wanting to see them die. I ain't want to see that boy die like that. That hurt me. Even though I know Juke was involved with what happened to Dolph, I did not want to see that. It hurt me to see that boy laying out there like that in front of his mama. That's evil. I never would wish that up on somebody. So folks say you was on here crying when they killed Juke. Yes, I cried when they convicted Straight Drop. Because that's another young life that's got to go and sit behind that wall and rot away. Cypher said that was his favorite episode. He made fun of me talking about y'all. They say you talk all that stuff about Juke. You was on there crying. Yes, I was, because it hurts me as a black woman to see these black men getting slaughtered like this. It hurts me. But now let's get back to that. If we're gonna be real about it, Juke didn't gain anything. Wouldn't have gained anything other than being the plug. They wanted to be the plug. Juke did. Okay, that's why you heard a vlogger say, when Dolph was killed, Juke said he made $1 million in 6 months because he took over everything or whatever, supposedly. See, I'm not in the street. I don't know nothing about that stuff. I mean, that would have been his only motive. But the bigger picture was Yo Gotti and some more heads, record heads. They looked at Dolph as a threat. If Dolph is truly independent and teaching these dudes the independent route, and they looking at Dolph as living proof, you go this way, you can own your masters, you can this, and that, and they letting Dolph sign him and listening to him because he living the lifestyle for real. I mean, these young dudes weren't gonna fall prey unless they just wanted to. So they don't have Dolph anymore teaching these dudes the game. Okay, so now Yo Gotti and Endless Records and all of them can sign them and make an ass out of them. Okay, so Juke, Juke didn't really, I don't think Juke just really had to have wanted Dolph other than selling the weed and stuff, being the plug. But yeah, Yo Gotti and them gained a whole lot more than Juke would have gained. And I find it weird that people like to throw everything on top of Juke's grave, just like Juke don't have kids and stuff. Juke got kids. He got, and then you heard the prosecutors. The prosecutors really didn't say Juke. They didn't really throw it at Juke's feet. They said CMG. Juke didn't own CMG. Yo Gotti does. And so Juke is no longer with us. Rest in peace to him. But I mean, the one who was making that money circulate as far as paying for them hits still is. So I tend to believe, and I don't have to believe it. It's a fact. There is an investigation still going on because the money throwers is still here with us. And that is ultimately the goal, to get them. And you can say what you want to, it's going to happen at some point. Okay. I'm finished with that. Where is Black Youngster? I don't know. Black Youngster don't be in the media no more. He said he thought Robin owned the. Well, I mean, that was a business move for him to go and put his record label in his sister name. He probably gonna end up. It's probably not in his name. Period. He already know that when all of this is over, Young Dolph family is probably gonna sue. Is gonna sue him, and which they should. They should bring a wrongful death against him. He said Mr. N said ugly versus players, and they still wasn't liked enough. And I don't hate Yo Gotti. I hate what he did. I really, because Yo Gotti is talented. I don't try to take that. Being a hater is saying, Yo Gotti ain't talented and his music where he know nothing. No, he definitely has left an imprint and helped to shape the Memphis sound. He has. I would never take that away from him. Never will I. But I'm mainly disappointed because Yo Gotti was more so my era, and I knew his music before I knew Dolph music, and my cousins and them love him. I just hate that he took it this far. It ain't nothing right about it, and there's nothing. And then because of whatever jealousy that they had going on, a lot of people lost their lives. It started a real big war where a lot of Black men ended up dying. I can't respect no man like him. He really caused genocide in a city that nurtured his music and supported him and helped to raise him up as far as his music, because Memphis supported him before any other city did. It was the Memphians going to them hole in the wall clubs that he was performing in, and this is what he do to his city. You helped to take a gym away because you had a bigger picture as far as taking advantage of these boys. Because when people get through talking about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane and if he had signed with Gotti was gonna do the same thing. Gotti and them, they all have the same entertainment attorneys. They was gonna do the same thing to him. It said Mr. N said Gotti was at Privé last night performing. Oh, Lord have mercy. I tell you. Anyways, y'all, finesse two times, okay? Y'all, finesse two times them been cutting up on this internet again. Finesse two times shows out real bad, okay? I'm telling you what finesse two times is. Stop. Finesse two times shut money bag down. I will say this, but finesse two times show his butt too much. But this is what finesse two times did. Finesse two times, Moneybag put out a song, and the song was hot. But then he turned around and gave Finesse two times the opportunity to Finesse two times responded to the song and overshadowed Moneybag song. Okay, he overshadowed the song because Finesse is a better rapper than Moneybag. Moneybag is talented, but Finesse two times is a better rapper. I mean, I think he's a better rhymer and stuff. It says Juke big for that chain. Everybody was getting one but him. He get his and gave it right back months later. Yep. Um, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Finesse two times been showing out. He talking. He mad at his baby mamas.
School, man, because this girl tried to come sit in my lap at the motherfucking sock hop. Y'all remember the sock hop? Man, we had a motherfucking me sock hop. And I was at the sock hop. I probably had about $3, $4, you hear me? And man, and I guess her boyfriend made her mad, you hear me? And so she come run, sit on my lap to my this my new boyfriend. But she really was lying because I was ugly. She didn't want me to be her boyfriend. She didn't want me to be her boyfriend. I was ugly as hell. On God, my parents were little as hell. I was fat as hell. She didn't want me to be her boyfriend. Oh God, she was lying as hell. I swear to God, she was just trying to make him mad. She did a good job, cause man, the nigga, she came and sat on my lap. She came and sat on my lap. The nigga said, man, get what the nigga said, y'all. I never forget this shit. Nigga tried to bully me. You hear me? Hey, he was one of them niggas who man supposed to be in the ninth grade, but he in the seventh. He was one of them type of niggas. You hear me? I ain't get no fuck about his bitch ass. You hear me? Man, that nigga had told me, get what he told me, his girlfriend was sitting on my lap. I never forget. She used to twerk and shit. She used to twerk. And then look, hey, that nigga said, man, get my girl off your lap. Nigga, your girl got on my lap. The fuck you tell me, get your girl off my lap, nigga? I ain't gay. I like it. I like her sitting on my lap. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't say all that. I'm gonna be real. I ain't say all that. I'm gonna keep it G. I ain't say all that, but I ain't do nothing. I ain't say shit. You hear me? I just let her sit there. You hear me? I just let her sit there. You hear me? So he was like, you ain't gonna get my girl off your lap. I ain't say nothing again. You hear me? So he like, after school, nigga gonna get on your ass after the sock hop. Woo woo. Bet. Say no more. What? So he had about 4, 5 friends. You hear me? He had about 4, 5 friends. Man, fight one on one and shit, but like if it's like 4, 5, sometimes
Okay, y'all. So, anyways, he says, and then he goes on around. He says, then my 10-year-old Vanessa, I feel so sorry for her. Her mom passed away. First thing, her sour pamper booty ass auntie say is, well, I've been taking care of her. I don't give a FB. I'm not giving y'all nothing. He says, so now she's stuck in a situation where my daughter's sister want me to come to custody court. B, I'm her dad. The F I need for you for. Everything is about money with me. And that SHIT done traumatized me on the low. I can't tell real from fake love. I automatically assume it's fake to protect myself. Damn, shaking my head. If I die before my kids get older, do me a favor. Show them this, I guess, this post. Tell them their dad wanted so much better for them. And instead of letting them be with me or my mama or a paid sitter, they rather them sit in Memphis in a Section 8 home with a shit smelling ass couch. Oh, finesse wrong for that. And then he says, and to my son, mama, F you black corner store things wearing ass hoe, gon' say, oh, he ain't get my son no fireworks. F that nigga. My boy got a new daddy. B, I don't give a F. I ain't finna send you 700-800 so you can go spend 250 on some fireworks and get your boyfriend a Godspeed shirt and some white forces with my money. Oh my God. Oh, oh Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He still like that. He like that girl from out of Chicago. He still be messing with that girl. um, he says, ain't nothing better than a trying man. And ladies, if you get a man that's trying, you have to be ready to accept that he's trying. So do to what's that to get 2-3 years in a relationship and want to cheat or change up because he doing what he told you he working on 100%. Understand this, women, y'all are healers. Lord have mercy. Finesse 2 times got to be prayed for. Thank you, Dwayne. Finesse 2 times got to be prayed for. Okay, he got to be prayed for. You know, Finesse is talented. Now, I saw where Wicked responded to him. I saw where Wicked had responded to him. Stop. Hold on, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Can y'all hear me? If y'all if y'all can hear me, give a thumbs up. If y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me talking, give a thumbs up. Okay, so let me try it again.
And if you want to do an interview, you can. He was trying to charge for this, trying to charge me every time he was down here. I didn't want to spend that money on no interview. And
If
it's
y'all
all
can hear
love.
Wicked, give
Whatever
a
your
thumbs
price is
up.
your price. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's still salute. It's still love for you, bro. Cause the thing is, me and you got some real history. We did going straight in together. You know what I'm saying? Like that we made history with going straight in. You know what I'm saying? It's on my channel. I still with you, but at the same time, bro, you need to get some help. You need to stop drinking. I don't know what you on, what you doing, making these posts out the blue. You know that ain't my character, and you got my phone number. You could have called me. You could have called me, bro. Hey, for I don't feel it. Da, 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 da. But how you not feel something when you don't support me? You don't support me, but I'm not whining. I don't really care. I still with you and still post you and like your stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, bro, we have to stop. We men, we got to stop being so emotional. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for the internet, bro. Everything ain't for the internet. You could have called me. They probably I could have told you my point of view of that. And if you don't feel that, I'm not post. I'm listen. I'm not posting that video you just put it. I don't know the name, but I'm not posting it. I'm not okaying it. I hear all that this and stuff. That ain't the song hard as, but I'm big. You know, I'm not boogie my man. You know what I'm saying? Boogie my dog. You know what I'm saying? And then the little situation y'all got going on about his sister. I think you started. You said something about his sister or something like that. You took the tax money from the sister or something like that. Who ain't gonna have a problem with you about their sister, bro? Come on, bro. Like, leave me out of this, bro. I'm at peace. I'm happy. Hopefully, you find happiness one day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You probably be happy. I don't know. I'm happy. Just leave me out of all your, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, just leave me out your with you. It is what it is. I don't take the post no kind of way. It's still love. I still support you. But when it comes to dissing and all this, I'm not with all that, bro. I'm up out here, bro. Mine's love for
Man, I don't need y'all support, man. You see how y'all posted Buddy and did all that old week? Ooh, it sound like he mad. It sound now I'm mad. They got me up and post mine. Yeah. I ain't never needed nothing but the concrete, nigga. I ain't never needed nothing but the streets. You're blogging, you're screaming, kick, twitch.
I know I'm not against you, bro.
Lord have
You
mercy.
know what I'm saying?
Hold on, y'all. What's up, Stan G? What's up? Shout out to Stan G. Stan G, I've been looking at your video. Stan G be up. Stan G be on live every morning. I get up, get ready for work. Y'all, why was Finesse mad at Wicked? What Finesse mad at Wicked for? Because he interviewed Big Boogie. We could say he would have interviewed him too. He just finesse wanted a fee. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Oh, this Stangy did you did a video in the privé parking lot. I didn't see that one. Stangy said they think he's shook and he's not. I be over there in that privé parking lot too all the time because I go in there. I go over there in their Rouses. I be going over there to the Rouse and say he was on live. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But yeah, y'all, Finesse two times mad at his baby mamas. I don't know why Finesse two times be. I don't know why he do that. I think what Finesse is gonna have to do is if he want for his luck to change, once he start doing right by his luck will change. I think his luck. I think things will start flowing for him because he got the talent. He got the talent, but I don't know why. I don't know why Finesse feel like if he don't like the baby mamas, he ain't supposed to do nothing for the kids. That's not cool. You all, if you haven't hit the like button, and please do hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do y'all want me to open the phone lines up? I mean, I be opening up the phone lines and y'all don't be calling in. And it's over 100 of y'all on here, and you don't call in. So why even bother to put the number up? Y'all hit that like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. So Cornelius goes to court on Friday. We still trying to figure out why Cornelius, who has already been sentenced in the Young Dolph case, is going to court. Cinematic Ken says broken men make broken families. That's true. Broken men make broken families. He says, yep, the people already watching it on private. So if I open up the line, will you all call in? Do y'all want me to open up the line for y'all to call in? I don't know where my phone is. Never mind. Y'all, did y'all see the video that I did? Oh, let me show y'all the video. Y'all stay on. Do not get off, because I'm getting ready to show y'all some very important videos. Do not get off. Now I'm being bossy. Now my Leo-ness coming out of my lioness coming out of me. I'm being bossy. Y'all do not get off. I'm getting ready to show y'all something. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Sound like the phone ringing. I ain't even put the number up. Hold on. So it must be in my purse. Hold on. I'm calling the number back. They're not answering. Hello? What's 256 area code? Okay, whoever that is calling from Alabama. So I guess I could put the number up. I got the phone. If you want to call in, you could call in. Hold on, let me put the number up. Oh, so I was ready to show y'all something.
My name is Howard Barnett. I went missing July 2017. It's time for justice to be served.
Okay, so that's a video I did for Howard Barnett. I'm going to show y'all another one. He said it was Mr. N.
My name is Clea Hall. I went missing from my boss's home May 9, 1994. It's time for justice to be served. My name is Clea Hall. I went missing from my boss's home May 9, 1994. It's time for justice to be served.
Yeah, I've been learning how to work my equipment that's AI. Yeah, justice for Clea Hall too. She went missing in Pine Bluff, Arkansas in 1994. She was working around the corner at a neighbor's home. He was a doctor. He's a doctor. And her mother would drop her off. She was working. She had just graduated, or she was getting ready to graduate at the end of May, and she had gotten accepted into TSU pre-med program. So she was going to TSU to be a pediatrician, and she was working at Dr. Amos's home. That's the home, the exact house that y'all see in the background. She was working at Dr. Amos's home. Some friends that she went to school with was working for him, and was like, they was getting ready to quit, which is weird. And they wanted to know if she would be interested in working for him to make extra money. She asked her mother. Her mother was like, yeah, he lives on the next street. He's a doctor and all that. So she was doing paperwork. It was in his garage. So she was saving money to go to college. On May 9th, his wife called her and asked her if she wanted to come and make some overtime. Okay, she was laying on the house. She was laying on the couch sleep. Her mama said the man's wife called, Dr. Amos' wife called and was like, would you like to come in early to make some overtime? She was like, yeah. So she said she got up, she jumped up, washed her face. Her mama drove her to his house. The last time she saw her, she was walking into this house right here in 1994. She was 17 years old. Okay.
My name, it's time for justice to be served.
Okay, so her mother would drop her off and pick her up. So her mother her mother said she fell asleep and um she said she called Dr. Amos, and she said Dr. Amos picked up on the first ring. And she was like, Dr. Amos, is Clea still there? He was like, no, she left. And she was like, when did she leave? He was like, well, she signed out at about 9 o'clock or whatever. She left walking. I don't know who she left with, or she got in the car with somebody or whatever. He was like, she walked out. I don't know what happened. So they called the police. He would not let the police come in and search his house. He would not help them search for her. He would not do any of that. Okay. He has threatened to file lawsuits against them. When they was putting up posters of her in 1994 when she first went missing, he was seen taking the posters down. Hey, Will Chill. He was seen taking the posters down. I believe. Okay, so when I did that, when I aired that show, her mom and her dad came to Memphis to be on my TV show on Comcast. I aired it, and then I put it on YouTube. This was like 10 years ago. After that happened, let me show y'all. After that happened, it's a man called me. Hear my right hand to the Lord. Let me show y'all. We're going to get back to the other stuff. Let me show y'all.
we were overprotective, and I mean, we tried to monitor their every move, and we actually, whenever they went somewhere, if it was possible, we went.
Mm-hmm. I'm protective of my kids too. I'm very was able to recognize dangerous situations.
I'm going to feel that until I have something that proves to me to the contrary. In my mind, she's still alive. In my heart, she's still alive. And so until somebody can show me proof otherwise, that's what I'm going to believe.
And that's what's so hurtful. Okay, when I did that show with her, even to this day, her mother says that she still believes that she is still alive. So after I did that show, I posted it on YouTube. Sitting at home one night, a man called from out of Texas. And he was like, I was looking at, because I would put my phone number, my old phone number, I would put it up on the screen because I didn't know no better. He was like, I was looking at that show that you did on that girl out of Pine Bluff. He was like, I know Dr. Amos. I went to school with him. Whatever y'all, this is his words verbatim. He said, whatever y'all think he did to that girl, that motherfucker did. That's what he said. It's verbatim. I was like, well, how you know? He was like, I'm just telling y'all. I believe he did it. If y'all feel like he did it, if y'all going in that direction, he did it. And so then the man kept talking, right? And he was like, he was scared of Dr. Amos because his family still lived in Arkansas. And it's something because that man lived in Texas. The next day after that girl went missing, Dr. Amos went to Texas. And so he was like, I believe what happened was, and I believe he was telling me exactly what happened. He said, I think what happened is that he came on to her. And he said, I think when he came on to her, she rejected him. And then she told him that she was going to tell on him. And he said, and I think that he flipped out and hurt her and killed her. He says that I really wish she just would have not said nothing. She just would have played it off and got up and left. But since she said she was going to tell it, he flipped out on her and killed her. I think he was telling me what happened. So Pine Bluff, Arkansas, because that man has a lot of ties within the community. I think a lot of people helped to cover up what he did to her back in the day. I don't think they have an interest in solving her case at this point because her mother can sue the state of Arkansas and really own the state of Arkansas. Okay. So he threatens to sue everybody. Okay. I called him. Oh, let me tell you about when I called him. So about 2 years ago, I called him and I called his phone number and I asked him if he would do an interview with me. He was like, how did you get my number? I was like, well, sir, I was just doing research and I found your number. Okay. So he went off on me, y'all. He talked to me like I was a dog. Okay. He talked to me like I was an old pissy dog. And I took it because nobody has ever interviewed him. He's always lawyered up. The people in the city seem to be scared of him, all the authorities for whatever reasons, probably because he has a lot of dirt on him. And so, I mean, he was talking to me. He was blaming her mother. Talking about why was she let? I wasn't even at home when she came in to work that day. Why would she let her daughter come to my house? And how she gonna leave her daughter there? She was supposed to pick her daughter up, and she didn't pick her daughter up. What kind of mama is that? And then she going around doing all these interviews and talking about she was last seen at my house. She don't know what her daughter was at. She basically trying to make me look guilty. I mean, he totally blamed her mama. Okay, he blamed her mama for falling asleep. All right, and not picking her up. I guess in his mind, he probably felt like if she had picked up, I never would have propositioned her. Because I believe that's what happened. So, anyways, he was like, and first of all, you don't need to be calling me. Have you read the report? I said, well, sir, I have not read the police report, but I said, nobody has ever interviewed you. And I just want to give you the opportunity to tell your part of the story. You don't need to call me and say nothing to me until you read their report. Now, this man has abused all of his wives. So anyways, he had a first wife. So I was like, dog, like he was like, when you get that report, don't call me no more until you read that report, until, because I gave a statement. I said, okay. So I immediately called somebody. I got the report, right? But I called his first wife. I was like, let me call his first wife. So I called her. I was like, I'm doing a story on the Clea Hall case, and I know that you have been married to Dr. Amos. And she was like, what? What? I mean, she flipped out. She was like, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. I mean, the lady totally I said, ma'am, please calm down. What? Why are you calling me? I don't know anything. If it was my daughter, I would have wanted something done about it. I don't know nothing. I don't know what you calling me for, ma'am. I mean, the lady was so frantic. I had to calm her down. Like, my head was hurt when I finished with her. She wouldn't tell me nothing. She flipped out. She went into a panic so bad. Okay. So I later found out with that particular woman, the way she got away from him was she had throw boiling water on him and ran out the house and never went back. So this second wife that he got, he controls her. He does not talk unless he tells her to talk. Like, I think it's something wrong with her. So anyways, when I got somebody to get the report and email it to me. And when I did that, I called his number back. Now, this was the same day, y'all. He had changed the phone number. Because at first I thought he had blocked me. I was like, wow, this old scoundrel has blocked me. And then I called from another number. I was like, wow, he changed the phone number within hours of me calling him. So I couldn't call him back, right? So anyways, I was like, okay, I know my systems. Okay. So I was like, I'm gonna let the systems update. And his damn new phone number gonna be in that system. I waited a couple hours, and sure enough, when I ran his name again, that new number popped up, and I called him. I act like nothing had happened. I said, "Oh yeah, Dr. Amos, this is I told him, this is Tamara calling you again." I said, and you told me when I get that report to call you back. I said, I got that report. That man was so mad. He said, "What?" He started screaming and fussing at his wife because he knew he had changed his phone number. Now he's trying to figure out how the hell she get my phone number within 2 hours. Okay, he was mad. That man was so mad. He started hollering and screaming at his wife because he knew he couldn't do nothing to me. Okay? And he told me I still didn't know enough about the case for him to give me an interview. But if you want to figure out what happened to her, what you need to be doing is going around there and talking to her mama, asking her why she was a bad mama, why she let her daughter. He kept saying why she let her daughter come to my house anyways. Now, this is a man that had some more teenage girls in high school to solicit this girl, I found that weird anyways. If you got teenage girls working in your house and they are getting ready to quit, and you tell them before they can quit, you got to find somebody to replace you, that's weird within itself. We all have been teenagers. We all got teenagers. When they quit a job, they don't give a damn who you replace them with. They gone. So these girls, before they could quit working for him, they had to find somebody to replace them, and they found Clea. Okay, so I ended up, one of the girls died last year, but I had did an interview with her, and come to find out, Dr. Amos employs their mother. Okay, they're poor. They grew up poor. He employs their mom. So they're not going to say anything bad about him. So anyways, the girl was nice and all of that. One of the girls, the other sister, when I called her, she's living in Little Rock now. And I called her and I introduced myself. I told her I'm an investigator. I'm a private investigator, and I want to do a segment on Clea Hall's case. And I'm calling you because I want to know, what do you all know about Dr. Amos? I said, I know you all was working for him. And then before you could quit, you had to get Clea. I said, I want to know If you'll give me an interview, that girl said, click up. She hung up in my face. She hung up in my face. I called her back and she blocked me. Okay. So her sister, the one that did talk to me, she was still protecting him. She passed away from an illness last year. But that one in Little Rock is still alive. In order for them to know what happened to that girl. So what this man has done is that house that y'all see in the background, all of the houses on the street, because we went to Arkansas, me and some more like 4 years ago, me and two other private investigators, one of them was from Missouri, drove to Pine Bluff. They came to Memphis. We drove to Pine Bluff. So we drove up and down the street and stuff. And anyways, what he did was all of the houses that is around his house, he bought all of the houses, the house next door, and he was trying to buy the church, and the church wouldn't let him buy. But anyways, so he bought the houses, and I think it's because he don't want anybody close to that backyard, because 19 years after Clea has been missing now for 30 something years. 19 years after she had been missing, some Hispanics, he had some Hispanics filling in some holes in his backyard with some cement. The Hispanics said that they smelled something real foul, so they went to the police department as they was filling the holes in. So they was like, it smelled like dead bodies. Well, Clea at this time had been missing for 19 years, so her body would not be smelling anymore. Those are new bodies. Okay, those are new bodies. This man is like 68, 69. He's still old. He's still young enough to still be killing women. And so, anyways, the police got the cadaver dogs and searched his house and searched around the house. They didn't go in the house, and they said the dogs didn't pick up no scent. And then they turned around, and the evidence that was collected, they had to discipline the Pine Bluff police officers because they tainted the evidence of what they did find. The man didn't take it and put it in evidence. He took it home. So it's a lot of weird stuff going on with that. But I pray to God that lady, they find out what happened to that girl. I believe that he raped her and killed her. That's what I believe. And I believe she's buried right there around their house, or he left and went to Dallas the next day after she went missing. Now, if a child go missing from your house, this is your employee, you don't help look for her. You leave and go out of town, and then when you get back in town, you lay new cement in your driveway. They said when he got back from Dallas, he was out there laying fresh cement in his own driveway. So Clea's mom said when her daughter went missing, this old lady from Helena, Arkansas, where he was raised at, called her and said, ma'am, I believe that he did this. He always liked to work at funeral homes. When he was growing up, they said they thought he was weird because he liked to work for funeral homes as a little boy. And she said this old lady from Helena called her and said, ma'am, I know you don't know me, but he did this to a little white girl when he was younger, when he was a teenager. He hurt and killed a little white girl, and they still hadn't found her. Okay. So I called Helena and I asked them, I said, would you all still have files of, like, if a female white went missing, like, would y'all have, like, from years ago, like all of the female whites that went missing from like the early 80s? And oh ma'am, all of those files are banked up in it would be hard to find those types of files, but y'all got them though. Okay, so I mean, they don't really want to solve the case. Okay, but I believe God is going to Yes, I do believe he was a serial killer because I went when I did a history on him. I pulled up all his properties. He used to go and buy a lot of property. So he had this property in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and he still got the property to this day. And I pulled the property up, and the house is sitting there, and it's got grass and weeds and all of that grown all the grass. Be quiet. The grass is so tall. It's isolated. It's got grass and weeds and stuff growing all on top of the house. It's just sitting off by itself in an isolated area off of isolated road, and he ain't upkept the house. It ain't no upkeep. I think that's where he taking them women. A lot of them women over there, and they ain't went and tried to check and see. And that's in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I said Remy knows probably do. When they get to barking at that door, I go ahead and just pull my weapon close to me. Because if I hear somebody coming through that door, they're not getting in here. They're not getting in. I think people be crazy to hear somebody coming in their house and wait until they get in and then try to do something. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna knock them. I'm gonna knock them down before they get in here, and I'll worry about the rest of that stuff later. Um, he said it's some real gangsters in the Ozarks. That fool might be protected. Well, I think something needs to happen before he dies. I'm gonna show y'all when they went and searched his property. Listen, y'all, look. When they went back 19 years ago, I mean 19 years after she was missing, and had them cadaver dogs out there because those Hispanics said they was filling in cement. Had them filling in holes in his backyard with cement, and the holes was foul. That right there was enough. Why they go get some cadaver dogs? Why they didn't go back there and dig his yard up? That's what they were supposed to do. Go get some bulldozers and dig that shit up. Okay. So let me show y'all what he was doing when they was out there. This is an evil man. Hold on, you all. Hold on, you all. Let me show y'all what this man was doing. This is what he did the whole time, y'all. So y'all, this is his house. It's still big and ugly, just like this. It's still the same kind of big and ugly. It looked just the same like that. He bought that house. He bought the house on the other side. Let me see. He was standing there reading his mail. He stood that y'all when they was out there with those cadaver dogs. When they was out there with the cadaver dogs, when they went back and searched his property because of what those Hispanics said, he stood right there just like that the whole time. That's his property next door in the yard, like reading, like he was reading mail. They said the whole time. And then when they stopped, he asked them, Clea Hall's mom said he raised his head up and said, after hours of standing there like he was looking at some mail, did y'all find anything? He said, did y'all find anything? Now, what man stand when they got cadaver dogs at your house because they said they smell dead bodies back there? What man just stands out there like that? Yeah, he's been evil since a child. So, y'all, it's something. I used to air so many of those cases. I promise y'all, I really got drained. I did. Because I saw some, like this is like interviewing their family members. You get to hear some evil stuff. So I got real drained. That's why I stopped doing cold cases. I stopped doing cold cases for some years. I was so drained. I really started back to talking about some of these cases. Yep. Let me see. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Okay. Make sure you all please like, share, and subscribe. Be cool. Stop. My nerves and stuff real bad. Stop. Anyways, y'all. I be trying to do a video a day. Y'all know I be tired. School starts back on the 28th. So y'all know I'm on my stretch, right, to get my degree. So this semester, I'm trying to decide on if I should just take all three of my classes or if I should do two classes and then just take the one class in the spring semester so I won't overstress myself because y'all know I was stressed out in the summer. So y'all know I'm on the stretch. I'm on the long stretch now for my degree. Thank you, M. Rose. I'm on the long stretch. I'm on the final stretch rather for my degree, my law degree. So I yeah. So school starts back on the 28th. So if I gotta rest up. Yeah, y'all know how I am with school. I go real hard because I like to make A's. So, but if I take two classes, I won't be so stressed out because one of my classes is an intern class, which is a blessing because I get to use my job as I can intern, in my job, right? So, the internship is you have to work for a law office, and the federal prosecutor's office is a law office. So I was like, Lord, thank you for that one. And so what I'll do is I'll work with one of the attorneys. I've been trying to figure out like what department would I want to like. The work that I do would be sufficient, but if they want me to work, because I work right with the attorneys, but if I have to choose like another department just to work at like a couple hours a week, I think it would be the indictment department, the indictment team. Yeah, so that class will be easy. And um and then I have legal research and torts. Legal research and torts. I'm thinking about taking torts in the spring, and that will be my last class. Or I can do legal research and torts and the internship. But I might be stressed because I don't know how much work. I know with torts is a civil class where they teach you about defamation of character and stuff like that. So you have to do a lot of projects in torts. So that's why I said maybe um I should just wait and take torts in the spring, and that'll be my last class. So, and legal research, and just do my legal research and my internship. Yep. So I said that to say this. I'm gonna try to normally when classes start, I do a lot of pre-recorded videos. I don't be on live as much. What I do is I do a lot of pre-recorded videos. I'll see what's trending, and then I'll just do a pre-recorded video and upload it. Because between working and going to school now, this summer, I had been working hard, so I just really overstressed myself because I was out and it got really hot. It got really hot, and a lot of the cases that I was assigned this year was around this whole year. It seemed like to me all my cases were either from came out of Orange. All my cases was in Orange Mound and in North Memphis. Cause I was like, dog, why can't I hardly get no? I wanted some cases out of South Memphis because I know South Memphis, right? I know South Memphis, but it was real cool though. It was real cool. I ain't had no issues with people in out of um North Memphis at all. It was really cool. But my point is, I was out there in that heat. I'm already chocolate, and that heat takes a lot from out of you. It takes a lot of your energy when you're out there walking in that heat. So I'm gonna rest up before school starts and regain my energy back. And I never thought I would live to say like I'm kind of glad. I do not like the winter. I don't like the fall either, but it's been so hot. We could take some of this weather cooling down. We could take some of the weather cooling down. Anyways, nobody called in. I knew when I put that number up, nobody was gonna call in. I don't know what be going on with y'all. Don't want to call in. Thank you for the jewels, Will Chill. Yeah, y'all like, share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get Clea. Her name is Clashendra, but they called her Clea for short. So let me ask y'all something. Do you all think that do y'all think that she ever left that man's house? I'm talking about Clea Hall. Do y'all think she ever left his home? I don't think so either. And I don't know why. I got a feeling that she's still on their property. I think she's still on their property. I think he was laying fresh new concrete in his driveway. Something went on. Something is wrong with that. Or is she in their backyard? She Johnson says she's still on the premises under cement or bunker. I agree. I agree. Right. Why did his wife call Clea? That's why I think the wife is in on it. Why would his wife call her and ask her if she want to come in early? He said he think Doc put heavy plastic now. What does heavy plastic do? So when you say you think he put heavy plastic down, what that mean? He says, no, ma'am, not under her own power. He has ties to funeral homes and medicine. He knows exactly what it takes to make you lose consciousness. Yeah. So do you think she's still on his property? Clea's mom said he has had that very house remodeled. He's had that house remodeled 13 times. Y'all stop before people talk about y'all. I'm still on live. I don't want folks saying y'all bad. Stop. Hell. People be saying I got bad dogs. Um At any rate, we're gonna be praying though. We're gonna be praying for all the people that are missing, and we just pray for God to for people that start talking for that know to start talking. Um, I bet you the people with this Howard Barnett's case, they probably never would have thought there would be somebody that would start talking. They never would have thought that. But when it's time, God is still king of all things. And it is God that turns the heart of anything or anybody. And when God says it's time, it's gonna be time, and the devil in hell can't stop it. And it's the same way with her. That's exactly what he is, Black Barbie. Yeah, because he already in his so Cleo Hall's mother told me one of his properties that he rented out, it was a young lady that was living there with her daughter, and she had to move out. She left because she caught him staring in her daughter's window. He's a pervert. Just like Howard's case has the FBI on it now, it's going to take the FBI getting involved with this case to get it solved. The red flag man want to hang around young girls. Yeah, he definitely had this planned out. And those girls know that. Why would he tell them they had to go get another girl before they could stop working for him? His big old self. Hold on, y'all. Do y'all think that he was nervous? Y'all see he was standing there reading that newspaper, whatever, the whole time that they was um searching his yard. Do y'all think he was nervous? I'm telling you, that's what they need to be in the dirt. Thank you for the jewels and Rose. He definitely guilty. He is. He is definitely guilty. And it's gonna take the FBI. It's a damn shame. The FBI having to solve the local cases now. I mean, because they're more thorough with it. It says, shoot, yeah, he was nervous. Slick side eye in case someone got close to the site. Yeah, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. I bet that's why he was standing right there. I wish some of retired officers from another county. Yeah, I think they need to get the FBI from out of Washington to go. He terrible now. He is terrible. I said that man talked to me so like a dog. Said the cold thing about it, his name was Chester. Anyway, y'all, it's 9:18. I am so tired, and I need to get my work clothes and stuff ready for tomorrow. I enjoyed being on here with you all tonight, as always. Make sure y'all please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. I'm gonna try to get back on tomorrow. If not, I'm gonna try to upload a couple videos about trending topics. And if I upload tomorrow and I don't do a live tomorrow, y'all know I'm definitely gonna do a live Friday because Cornelius goes to court on Friday. So maybe we'll have some updates on what he's really in court for. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I want you all to please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all tuning in to the show and supporting the show as always. Until next time, God bless us all.